Good morning, my word nerds. Happy Tuesday. My name is Christy and I am a member of the Perry Girls, and each and every weekday morning I bring you a new and amazing word of the day for you to add to your vocabulary so that you can sound smarticles. Hey, John. I have a little peekaboo friend over here.
Peekaboo.
Hey, Miss Pookie. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's word of the day we are sharing with the Heart Tribers. Hi, Patricia. Thanks so much for hopping in. I have JT with me. So today we share our word with the Heart Tribers. So if you're a Heart Triber, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you if you're watching on the YouTube channel, because you know I love my YouTube fan. Dude! John says, dude!
What?
So the word today is guilt. G-U-I-L-T. Guilt. Good morning. Oh, and Miss Pookie calls you a little handsome man.
Thanks.
So the word of the day is guilt. G-U-I-L-T. And guilt, we all know what guilt means, right? So I think because it's a Heart Tribe word, I think what we should do today is just kind of talk about how we deal. What are you doing? How we deal with guilt. What do you do with guilt, right? Do you wallow in the guilt, or do you take that guilt and turn it into a motivator? Do you turn it into something else? I think that, okay, so I was raised Roman Catholic. I am a recovering Roman Catholic. I will say that out loud. There's nothing wrong with the Roman Catholic religion. There's nothing wrong with the church, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not bad-mouthing it. I have chosen a different family for my church family. But yes, release it and turn it into good. So in the Roman Catholic Church, there's a lot of guilt-motivated behavior. And that's not a bad thing, right? If you're going to feel guilty for using the Lord's name in vain, then don't do it, right? So I think sometimes that guilt can be a really good motivator. If you're going to feel guilty for sneaking into the house after curfew, then maybe you should get home on time, right? You don't want to have that negative feeling. You don't want to have that guilty feeling, so just don't do the bad thing. So I actually think guilt can be a pretty strong motivator if it's done well. For us too, in my church, I'm non-denominational. Yeah, see, it's kind of, I think Roman Catholicism is built a lot around guilt, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I really don't. For me, it's been a huge motivator. You know, if I'm going to do something and I feel like, oh man, I feel a little guilty that I'm doing this, then maybe I shouldn't do it. You know, eating an extra cookie after lunch, I feel really guilty afterwards. So the next day I'm not going to have any cookies, right? Or maybe I feel so guilty that I go for an extra walk to get an extra 500 steps on my Fitbit and burn an extra 50 calories to make up for the fact that I ate that candy or that cookie, right? So sometimes guilt can be a huge motivator if we see it that way, right? If we take it and we internalize it, we turn it into a motivator instead of letting it become this like huge cloud that weighs on us and makes us feel other negative ways. It helps to stop at what we are doing, keeps us in check. Yes, exactly. So guilt can be the thing that helps keep us in check. If we pay attention to it and give it the attention that it deserves without allowing it to completely overcome us and overwhelm us. Because I think a lot of times guilt can lead to massive depression as well. And we don't want that to happen. Right? What are you doing? I don't think he feels any guilt for completely taking over my scopes. I really don't. I don't think he feels the least bit of remorse for what he's doing back there.
Nope.
So he's in the back looking guilty.
No,
but impishly guilty, right?
No.
He's my imp. He's totally an imp. He's loving every minute of this.
Yay!
He was actually upset that I didn't do my scope yesterday before I dropped him off at camp. So we're doing it today before he goes into camp.
The first bell just rang.
Okay, well, it is time to go to camp then. I don't want to feel guilty for being late to work, so I got to get a move on. But yeah, think about it today. Take the word guilt and turn it into a motivator. Turn it into something positive. Don't let it become, the negative Nelly, or Hilda, as my friend Coach Jenny would call it, in your brain that, turns you into somebody that nobody else wants to be around. All right, so don't be that kind of guilt type of person. What are you doing? Thank you. All right, I'm going to take him to camp. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much, Bookie. You have a blessed day as well. And take the thing that is making you feel the most guilty, turn it into a positive motivator. He says thank you. He will. And so, yeah, guilt, use it, don't abuse it. Have, how does this go? Use it, don't abuse it. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for the wonderful Wednesday edition of Word of the Day. Until then, mwah.
Mwah.
Bye now.
I'll be there tomorrow.